once I get back from the gym, I'm gonna be going over how I made this dope loop into a full track. I've got all my notes right here, ready to go, and this is what it's gonna look like. All the way through. So it gives some pretty cool stuff like this. Still gotta record it and edit it, so be on the lookout next couple of days.
So I got back from the gym and I did not start right away. This is not right afterwards, because I was messing with my webcam settings because I have not been happy with them recently. And the webcam problems continue because once I finally found settings that I liked, for some reason the file didn't want to open in Premiere Pro. Don't know why. Did several tests after that and they worked fine, so we're gonna have to run without a webcam for today. Okay, bye. And that took me forever. I messed it up completely and had to go back and find out where the mistake was. But I think it's gonna work out pretty good. I put up to 1080p, 30 frames a second, and I think it's okay. I don't know if this or 720 at 60 frames would be better, but we're gonna find out. So I was messing around in FL Studio yesterday and I made this loop and it sounds really freaking good. And you might be thinking, wow, this is a really great loop. It's ignorant, it's exactly what a trap beat should be, it's got really nice elements in it, it's got some really nice spread apart drums, and yeah, it is a little bit all over the place, but that's what I do when I make loops. I don't necessarily make it all for one part. I'll make like a melody in there that I'll only use sparsely, and not at the same time as everything else. So the question of the day is, how do we go from this loop to a full track like this? Not only that, but I'm gonna show you guys how to make... Hang on, my nose is itchy. I wasn't picking my, never mind. Now, yes, I already did all of the arrangement and the full beat's already done, but there's still a lot that needs to go into it. Now, it's solid on its own as a loop. Like, this is the entire loop, just spread apart all into different parts. And this stuff that we're gonna be talking about today is the difference between a beat maker and a producer, all right? A producer will listen to the entire track all the way through multiple times, multiple times, because yes, I left enough room for an artist to get on here, but it does not necessarily mean that it needs to be boring, right? So another point of this video is going to be how you can spice up your track a little bit more. And back when I first started producing, that would mean putting on a lot of effects and using automation to cut things out and bring things out, and which I still do that, but now I actually found a better way without using effects and be a little more creative. And the first point is going to be finding new melodies. So let's go and do that right now. Let's just go and listen to the track. I'm going to actually just sit here and let it loop. We'll go and say like that part. And then I'm just going to go and listen and see if anything comes to my head. Got it. Open up this Omnisphere. I want another guitar. All right, it's gonna go something a little bit like this. That sounds pretty good. And now we've got that into our timeline, and now one thing that I'll do is just kind of put it back around like 2 bars, maybe 4 if I'm really feeling it, and then see how well it fits in the mix. If it doesn't fit in the track, then just delete it. Alright, so I like the way that sounded, but this note right here makes it feel like there's gonna be more coming after it, so we're just gonna go and take rid of that. We're gonna go and get rid of that. And also what I wanna do is get all of these and then put it down one. Make some room so I can put this wherever I want to. I'm thinking about just getting rid of the last part for now. Kind of keep you guessing on what's coming next. Now this was designed to be the chorus right here, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and place it there. No, actually, get rid of all that, bring it in right there, lead it into the chorus. Back over there. It's ignorant, so it can be as repetitive as we want it to be. Okay, I think I've got all the melodies where I want them to be. Now, another thing that's really gonna help bring in some tension and some real good energy is going to be adding some drum fills, you know, like some snare rolls, kick rolls, are those a thing? Now during this section I felt a little bit dry near the end. It just kind of like went from every snare, every bar to just the drop, which I didn't want. There was no really like real build up. This melody right here kind of helped, but I wanted something a little bit more. So we brought in the snare roll. Brought in a ton of energy, and that's what we wanted. But now listen to this part, bars 85 through 92. I wanted to go from the chorus to a really slowed down part, so I want to have that feeling that there's something ominous coming, which means that I don't want to add these little melodies that I had before. It'd be taking too much energy away from the direction that I want to take the track. So what can we do to spice this part up. So how do we keep the tone of this part without having it be too boring? It's interesting. Now what I'm thinking is we either need some Vox, which is a really good way to do that, or a perk loop. And right now I'm thinking kind of a perk loop would work really nicely. Now this actually sounds pretty good because it sounds like there's like books turning and it could be kind of like a part of a story for the track. But we'll keep on looking. This was loop 21. That would work really well with some reverb on it. I know because I used that in a different track of mine, but like I said, I've already used it, so I want to try and get something new for this video. A lot of this would work out pretty nicely. But as far as the tone, I think that we want to go for this one. Go ahead and bring it in. Make some room for it. I want it super low. I want it more as like texture. And maybe only for 4 bars. Right now the 808 is still capturing the attention, so now if we can bring it in, it might be really nice. Shut up, phone. So I think that'll work out pretty nicely. I think that I might want to pitch it down a little bit. We're going to put it onto its own little mixer channel. Then we are going to get some reverb on it, put them both at 100, put it down, and then we're going to go and try and get Fruity Delay Bank. Turn down the volume, turn on Ping Pong. And I know that we just talked about me not doing this, but I actually do want to go in and add some gross beat or some other effects and then automate some of it out. Very subtly though, I don't want it to make a huge difference. I think I'm actually going to want something for gross beat, either every 2 bars, so landing before the 19th and before the 21st, or just before the 21st. So let's go into gross beat and see if we can figure that out. Got a phone call. Okay, so my mother's got home from her trip right now, so I'm actually gonna go and pause this video because the original version of OBS allows me to pause this. So I'm gonna pause this really quickly and be back in a minute. Okay, where were we? Alright, so now I think that sounds pretty good. I need to... Are you on? Hello? I need to go and grab an automation. I think I'm gonna have it 2 bars long, and that should work fine. Now yes, this is a very subtle change, but I really feel that little changes like this are what really helps not let the listener get bored of the beat. They might barely even know that it's happening, but it's kind of strange, like their ear will hear it, and I don't know if it's like their subconscious or just what, but hearing the same pattern over and over again, your brain starts to tune it out a little bit. So having these little changes helps it refresh almost. And in arrangement, you're gonna constantly be taking out things and adding new things. So once you take something out completely, like right now all I have is a snare on this, you can create a whole new pattern and then just do some subtle little changes like that. Now here, it kind of gets in the way of the hi-hats, so what I'm gonna do is have them over here instead. And the reason why I changed it from these 4 bars over here, and took out this part, is because right here the hi-hats are kind of in focus at this part. And then over here, when it's just the melodies and the clap, we can actually go ahead and try and change it up a little bit. And then if I added this one, it kind of gets rid of the tension. And another one of those like subtle changes that the listener might not even know is happening, and that can help change, you know, verse 1 from verse 2, could be adding some Vox. Try and use this in the right location. So here I kind of like the subtlety of this verse. So we might have it back over here. I actually might even like it on the snare, or the clap more than anything. Gotta be a little bit closer though. Gonna pull these on over to this one and add a little bit more. Want 2 more. Gonna make these unique as well, and just a little bit higher. And why not bring them back in for the final part over here, you know? Okay, and I finally have one last tip to give you guys, and this is probably the most important one that I hope you guys all take away from today. Sometimes, the best thing to do is absolutely nothing, okay? And I know this whole video was about adding things to make it sound less boring, but sometimes simplicity can really drive home the point, okay? And the one reason why I was leaving this one gap, this was the same thing as over here, just in 8 gaps. Whoops. But I'm telling you, I want to leave it the same. I don't want to do anything to it because there doesn't need to be anything done to it. I don't want anything else in there at all. I think it being clean and minimal is exactly what it needs. And adding anything more might change what I want the track to go for. Alright, that's all I've got for you. Now this was still kind of unmixed. I did some of the levels, I did some mixing to it. I still haven't done like any EQing, so I'm sure a lot of it kind of clashed. But those are all the tips I'm gonna have for you today. You know, every single time I feel like I say this was a short video, once I go back and edit it, it turns out to be like 12 to 15 minutes, which is not a short video. So this feels like a short video, but I could definitely see how it would go a little bit longer. So if you guys did stick around the whole time, I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Peace. And this is